Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. It's Friday. Yeah. Woo-woo, Friday. And Notre Dame won right here. Notre Dame won last night. Man, that was a nail biter, but it was good. So, national championship, here we come. I'm pretty impressed, and life is good. And Dallas Cowboys stunk this year. New coach, who knows, but at least I've got Notre Dame to fall back on, and Kansas City. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that is your NFL and college football report as far as I'm concerned. But hey, what are you going to do? Anyway, so good morning. You're like going like, I don't care. But some of you do. So you do. So I'm here to cover all bases and everything else. So good morning. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Rhonda. Happy Friday to you too. It's Friday. I love Fridays. I know I say it all the time, but I just do. Still never got over it. Friday, it's the end of the week. We're going to have a good time. Anyway, so, hey, listen, if you're in the area, if you're in the local area, we're doing a family movie night that we'd love to have you guys come out to tonight. It's at the center. It's going to be great. We're showing the movie The Forge, if you haven't seen it. If you're out there, possibly in Texas, California, New York, wherever. Good morning, Lynn. Blessings on you. Wherever you're at, in the middle, the south, north, Georgia, wherever. We just want you to know we want you to be here. Good morning, Jeanette. I just said Georgia. Good morning. Great snow. Yeah, I know. It's going to get a little bit of snow here too. Nothing major on the other things, but I forgot to turn my 4:30 alarm off. Well, hey, I'm glad you're here with us today. So, yeah. So anyway, if you're all around, it's kind of snowing out here and all that kind of stuff, but. By the way, my name's Jay. My wife, Vicki, and I would lead this amazing church called The Gate, Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area, and having the time of our life. And so that's why I'm here, all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff. But if you are in the driving area, join us at the center, 7 o'clock tonight, we're doing a family movie night. Never really done this before, called The Forge. It's all in starting out our brand new sermon, our brand new fast, our 21-day fast, the all-in fast. We want to go all in with everything that God has for us and all of that. And so we're doing a 21-day fast starting tomorrow. And and so tonight we're talking about it. The movie is really good. I would encourage you, get some family together. If you're out there in the area of Texas, Georgia, Kansas, wherever you might be at and across the area, get some family together and go and watch the movie. Go stream it and watch it together. It really talks about, not just being saved, but going all in into the kingdom of God and doing what it takes to do that. So anyway, that's what we've got. So we're having a good time there, and tonight will be fun. But for that, I come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday just to give you a thought. So here's my thought today: is embrace the adventure. So. Many years ago, my wife and I got to go back to when I was like 12 or 13. I will in just a moment. But many years ago, over 40 now, my wife and I committed to each other to go all in and just go all in with it. She's my only girl. I'm her only guy. And we've been doing that for over 40 years now. And we actually started dating on June the 12th, 1992. Dang, yeah, that kind of feels like it was like just a few minutes after Noah got off the ark or something. I don't know, but anyway, it was pretty crazy. And so we said we were going to go all in, but and even when we were dating, on and off dating, on and off. But man, I'll tell you what, first time I kissed that girl, I probably could have just said, "Why don't you marry me? Let's just go after this." We were 16 years old, and times were different, but I probably could have just said, "Hey, let's do this together and go after it." And it's been her and I ever since. And one of the things that she said to me one time, I said, "Why did you pick me?" She was quite popular. I was a skinny rail. I was 121 pounds the day we got married. And I said, "Why did you pick me?" And she said something to me I'll never forget. She goes, "Because in all the guys I ever dated," no offense to the guys that she dated, if you're ever listening to this, whatever, you're great guys, love you, but I got her. But she said to me one time, she goes, "I don't know," she goes, "From the first time I met you, I always felt like you're going somewhere. And I wanted to go along for the ride." I went, bam! And I've never forgot that. And I think that the thing that gets me on that is that I decided a long time ago, both her and I did, is that we're gonna have an adventure. We're just gonna do it. So years before that, I watched a show, and that show was the Brady Bunch, and they did a thing one day where they were camping out, or they went down the Grand Canyon on mules. And as soon as I said that, I'm like, I'm doing that before I die as a bucket list. I'm going to go down the Grand Canyon on a mule. And so several years ago, my youngest daughter was, I think, 8 or 10. My youngest child was 8 or 10. And we were going, and I said, we're going to go down the Grand Canyon. My kids didn't have a choice. Vicky had a choice. Anything that we do and we go after it, Vicky had a choice. She said, I do to me. And she knew I was going somewhere. I don't think she understood that somewhere was down the Grand Canyon on Connie, which is the name of her mule. That's a whole different story. But we've had adventures all through our life. And the one thing that we decided is we're never going to sit this out. We're never going to, when it gets bad, pull the covers over our head and it gets, goes into loss, or we go down into the valley. We're going to shut the blinds, close the door, lock ourselves in. The disciples almost had that moment where they were going to say, you know what, we're sitting this one out. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit on the sidelines for this. This is way too much. Jesus was not supposed to die. And then just a few days ago, I read this quote, and it says, life is full of opportunities, challenges, and unexpected turns. But how we respond to this is something very, very crucial. And the reality is this: life is an adventure. And either you go all in or you sit on the sidelines. That was the quote. Life is an adventure. Go all in or sit on the sidelines. It's your choice. And I think the biggest thing that I think is so important is that with all the opportunities we have, some of the opportunities are challenges, no doubt. I'm not sitting here, trying to sugarcoat this and put the icing on the cake and the bride and groom on the top of the cake and everything looks beautiful and everybody's pretty like it is on the wedding day. Whether it's marriage, it's your calling, it's kids. Whatever it is, it's an adventure. And there are days where it's going to be a challenge and it's going to kick your butt. There's going to be unexpected turns. I never thought in a million years I would be in the same place, at the same church, for over 36 years, or we're coming up on 36 years now. I never thought that in a million years. I never thought that I would have the ability to get my doctorate. I never thought that I would have I got to be honest, I can't say that I thought I was going to have 10 grandkids, but staying with Vicky for as long as we have been together and staying faithful and raising our kids faithful and seeing all of our grandkids love God and all that kind of stuff. I can't say that I thought, that would have been a vision, everything else, but it's been an adventure and it's been a ride. And all three of our kids have been in the valleys and they've been on the mountain. And every single time I said, I'm going all in with this. And there's no way I'm going to sit on the sidelines when it gets tough. And it reminded me of Ecclesiastes, the third chapter, or the third Ecclesiastes, 3:1. It says, for every time for everything there is a season, and there's going to be a season of challenges, and there's going to be a season of that. Like right now, man, we're going through frigid temperatures. Our nation is going through a massive problem. We've got snow and ice in the middle, and my daughter down in Lexington, Kentucky has been shut down for several days. No power. Kids are out of school. The ice is crazy. It's rough. And now we've got LA on fire. It's just been, it's kind of crazy and all that. And the question is we need to understand that life is an adventure. And every single time, a lot of people that I connect with, they talk about, man, I'm getting out of this. I'm that's the whole thing with retirement. You realize all retirement is a systemized mindset to save up to sit on the sidelines for the rest of your life. Now, I'm not saying, retirement's bad or anything else. Maybe it's just a thing of, I'm tired of doing this. I'm going to do something else, but do something else. It's that idea of dealing with it, because the cost of staying on the sidelines, the cost of just kind of checking out and saying, I'm just going to do it is pretty aggressive, because each one of us have been given talents and we've been given finances and we've been given all this kind of stuff. And the thing about it is Jesus said this when he told the parable in Matthew 25. He told the parable of the talents, and the one that decided to sit on the sidelines and bury his talent and just sit there and watch things go by. Jesus said, get out. I mean, there's a cost. There's a price to pay to just sitting out and just sitting on the sidelines. And this life that we would call, make today count, this life that we call, a child of God, that have faith and favor and future, and that we're going to, our walk is going to be sure, and our talk is going to be confident. All those things that we say, it all is about going all in with everything that we've got, everything that God has given us. And the cost of not doing that is pretty high. And so, when we're doing all this kind of stuff, we it's basically just stepping out of your comfort zone. Just doing things. When we made this shift and change that we're going to do church in our homes, and we're going to challenge people to do church in our home. That's what we do. And I challenge you, get a group together, do church in your home, and you don't need a facility. Get connected. You get connected with us, and be a gate hub, and do church in your home. And man, when we started that, man, everybody thought we'd lost our mind. I think still some people do think. I wake up sometimes going like, what the heck? But when the disciples first started, they were meeting in the homes. That's the way it was. I mean, it was that way for the first 300 years of the church's life. And you go through seasons of that, and it is in that. But when we did that, we decided, man, I'm going to go all in. I'm not going to just do it half-baked. And like I talked about last week, and I think that the biggest thing that we need to understand is this, is that when you go into a system, or you go into this idea of being all in, it takes a lot of courage to break out of your comfort zone. It takes a lot of courage to step out of the boat, like Peter, or enter the lion's den, like Daniel. It takes a lot of courage to that. But Joshua 1:9 says that, be strong, be courageous, for I'm with you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. In everything you do, go face it. So basically, it's just, it's making today count by taking action, going out there and setting it up and going and doing it. So that's what I've got for you today. So back to that Grand Canyon, the mule. Take the ride. Jump on the mule. Go down the Grand Canyon. We survived. My daughter, she was barely old enough to do it. The reason why we went the way we did it is because that was the only group that was going to take somebody as young as my little Victoria. But the adventures that we have had as a family, when it was just the 5 of us, and now it was the 7 or the 8 of us, I guess it is, and then it was the 19 of us, 18 of us, something like that. And I just build it in. Just do the adventure. Every single thing. If it's cold outside, it's an adventure not to fall on the ice. It's that simple. If it's super hot outside, go to the beach and just enjoy the adventure of the beach, whatever the case is. But whatever you do, take the ride. Go after it. Don't sit on the sidelines. That's not worth it. All right? Well, hey, I want to pray for you. Share this post. Get it out there. Somebody that's frustrated, discouraged, sad, or they're just ready to fly and need someone to fly with. Share this post with them, and let's go do this together. All right. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for you are the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. You said for us to invest. You said for us to take what you give us and go out there and do something with it. And today we're going to do that. We're going to make today count according to your word, according to your will, according to your way. And that, Lord, you will be the one that guides us and directs us in all of these things. I pray a blessing on each one that is here today and as they listen to this, whenever it is. And I thank you for this in Jesus' name. Amen. Blessings on you guys, and don't forget, make today count, because you're better than yesterday, but you're not near as good as tomorrow. All right. Have a great, great day.